Good morning students. In the previous class we have seen about the autocatalysis. Now let us see what is important features of solid catalysis. Generally in this first type is activity. So activity is nothing but here. This activity of a catalyst mainly depends upon the chemisorption, means chemiadsorption. What happens? This depends upon mainly on the chemisorption or chemiadsorption, we can say very large extent this activity is going to depend. So means what happen means whatever the reactant molecules we are taking, so it is readily absorbed on the catalyst to become active. So for example, means it, however they must not get absorption, means it is not going to absorb more, but it has been found for hydrogenation reaction mainly. So here what happens means the catalytic activity, whatever the catalysis activity is going on, it increases from group 5 to group 11 metals with maximum activity, which is shown by group 7 to 9 elements of the periodic table. So what is activity here? It mainly depends upon the chemisorption in large excess, but the reactants must get absorbed. Absorb strongly to the catalyst to become active. Okay, so means what? They must not get absorption, means more they will not be going to absorb. So for hydrogenation reaction, in hydrogenation reaction what happens means in hydrogenation reaction the catalytic activity increases mainly. What happens? The catalytic activity increases from group 5 to group 11 metals with group 7 to 9 elements in the periodic table. So what is the meaning of this? What I have told is the catalytic activity. So from group 5 to group 11 whatever metals we are taking with group 7 to 9 elements, so automatically what happens means the catalytic activity is going to increase. So hydrogenation reaction I have told you. So let us take reaction 2H2 plus O2 in the presence of catalyst PT. So in a hydrogenation reaction the catalytic activity, so generally platinum we are taking group 5 to group 11. So these are interacting with, this is a metal, platinum is a metal. So whenever we are interacting with the 7 to 9 elements, so in between these elements only we are taking, so automatically what it forms here? Water molecule liquid. So what happening here? Due to the presence of this solid catalyst, so this catalyst is activating the molecules and it is readily forming the water molecule. So this is nothing but activity. So next topic is selectivity. Selectivity means what? We have to select certain catalyst, means perfect catalyst we should have to select for the products. So generally to give a particular product, the selectivity of catalyst is very important to give a particular product. For example, starting with H2. So here starting with H2 plus CO, 3H2 plus CO, in the presence of nickel. So whatever catalyst we are taking, that should be very perfect. So because of this perfectness only, we have to get good products. So because of this selecting catalyst, we are getting the good products. So this is one of the example. So generally the action of catalyst, so whenever we are taking this type of catalyst selectively, so a substance may act as catalyst only in a particular reactions, not for all the reaction. For some reactions only we have to choose this type of things, not for all the reactions. Why? Because so which act as a catalyst, a substance which act as a catalyst in one reaction, and if you take in another reaction, what happens? It may fail. So because of this reason, we have to select particular catalyst. So a second example we can take here. Same example, CO plus 2H2 we are taking, but here the catalyst is changing. That is Cu in the presence of ZnO Cr2O3. So we are getting here CH3OH. So we are taking the same reactants, but if you have observed the catalyst and products are changing. So means what? When you give a different catalyst, it give different products. CO plus H2. In the presence of copper, we are getting formaldehyde. So this is about the selectivity. So if you take for this product only, it will give, means if you take here, it will not give another product. So this is nothing but selectivity. So next one is shape selective. What is next one? Shape selective catalysis by zeolites. Here zeolite is acting as a catalyst. Zeolite means, if you see honeycomb, so how it will be? Honeycomb is like this. We are having different like this honeys are inserting to the, means which is giving honey. Okay, so the zeolite will be also like this only. These circles we call it as spores. Think that honey is house flies. Whatever flies is there here, this fly, if suppose if you see the honeycomb, the flies are lying to the honey. Yes or no? So think these flies are pores, and this will be having, this is nothing but zeolite. So this catalytic reaction mainly depends upon this pore structure of the catalyst and also size of the reactant and product molecules. That one we call it as what here? Shape selective catalysis by zeolites. Okay, so what happens? The catalytic reaction, that depends upon pore structure of the catalyst and the size of the reactant and product molecules. Is called shape selective catalysis by zeolites. So see here what I have told you, the catalytic reaction, whatever the reaction we are taking, so it mainly depends upon what? The pore structure of the catalyst and also the size of the reactant and product, whatever we are taking, that molecules, we call it as what here? Shape selective catalysis by zeolites. Okay, so zeolites are very good Zeolites are very good shape selective catalysis here. Why? Because it is like a honeycomb like structure. So zeolites look like what here? Honeycomb like structure. Okay, so because of this, they are micro aluminosilicates with 3-dimensional. Means what here? Whatever the pores is there. So these are nothing but micro aluminosilicates. Means what? AlOSA. So like this they are having. Means this pores consists of what here? Micro aluminosilicates with 3-dimensional. Means it is having 3-dimensional network of silicates. So some silicon atoms are replaced by here aluminium. So whenever zeolites we are using as a catalyst, so before using as catalyst, the zeolite should be heated in vacuum first of all. So when we heat in vacuum, automatically what happens means the water molecules are lost, means the water of hydration is lost. So after the losing of water molecule, the zeolite becomes porous, means it will become a porous. So the activities whatever it is present in the case like structure, they are occupied by water molecules, become vacant. So whenever the water molecules is losing, automatically what happens? They become porous, then we can use it as a catalyst. So generally we are having the zeolites, the size of the pores we are having whenever it is losing water molecule, so automatically the size of the pore is between 260 picometer to 740 picometer. So means only those molecules can be absorbed in between these size only the molecules will absorb from the pores. So very small size is enough to these cavities and also leave easily the water molecules. So what happens? The reaction which is taking place in the zeolites mainly depends upon the size and also shape of the reactant and product molecules as well as pores and also cavity of the zeolites. So these are mainly found in nature as well as synthesized for catalytic synthesis. So here zeolites are very widely used as a catalyst, mainly where we are using means petrochemical industries. So this zeolites mainly where we are using, mainly used as catalyst in petroleum industries. So we are having some chemical formulas. For petroleum we can't determine, kerosene we can't determine. Why? Because it is having very long hydrocarbon chain. Because of that only we can't determine the structures of petroleum chemicals. So at that time what happens means for cracking of hydrocarbons and isomerization, the zeolites are used as a catalyst in petroleum industry as ZSM5. Okay, so means what? It converts alcohol directly into petrol by dehydrating. Means whenever it is losing water molecule, automatically this petrol what happens? It converts alcohol directly into what happens? Petrol by losing water to give a mixture of hydrocarbons. So this is nothing but selective shape catalysis by zeolites. So tomorrow I'll be explaining you about enzyme catalysis. So generally in important features of solid catalysis we are having activity, selectivity and shape selective catalysis by zeolites. Activity is mainly depends upon the chemical absorption. So the reactants whatever we are taking is strongly absorbed. So absorb means what? The reactant molecule is activating on the solid catalysis. Here we are taking example as hydrogenation. In hydrogenation reaction, what happens? We are taking platinum as a solid, so it is absorbing on the platinum. So because of this reason, we are getting a water molecule. Coming to selectivity, what here? We have to select certain catalyst, then only we are getting good products. If we select different types of catalyst, means if suppose instead of these, so if you are selecting one more catalyst, so it will give different products. So next, shape selective catalysis means what? Here the catalytic reaction which depends mainly on the what? Zeolites, means what? Pore structure of the catalyst. Here zeolite is acting as a catalyst. So zeolite is like a honeycomb like structure. So whenever it is losing water molecule, automatically it having cavities and also pore space. So the size of the pores is nothing but 260 and 740. Between these only the pores will form, otherwise the pores will not form. So here these are microaluminosilicates. The pores are filled with microaluminosilicates, that is ALOSM. Some of the silicates are replaced by aluminum. This is a 3D dimensional structure, so mainly used as a catalyst in petroleum industry, we can say, that is ZnSM5. So petrol is a hydrocarbon. So because of that, what happens? Because of the losing of water molecules, the alcohols is directly converted into petrol, and then it give a mixture of hydrocarbons. So this is about the solid catalysis. One more thing we are having, that is enzyme catalysis. In the next class I will be explaining you. Thank you.